Welcome to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. Are you a goofball that loves Giants football? If so, sit back and relax. Except you, that person driving. Sit up and keep your eyes on the road. Your ears, though, can still listen as we talk about the team that both excites and frustrates us so much. And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, joined as always by...
I'm me, Rob. Let's talk about some rumors.
Oh, the rumors.
Rumor has it.
He knew it was going to go down on it. So
How can you not?
Feels good to be back on, doesn't it? It's like...
It feels like it's been forever.
It really does. And it's only, we had the one episode we recorded ahead of time. You had the episode, you got to go a little solo action there. And it's been what? It's been a week now. It's been a week. So, I got to enjoy a little sun time here in the Bahamas and all. Good times had there. Definitely. I'll tell you this, if people are ever interested in a cruise, take the Royal Caribbean, go to Coco Cay. They call a perfect day at Coco Cay. And let me just say, it did not disappoint. There's nothing like unlimited all-you-can-drink front row seat to an amazing, amazing beach. We also went to Nassau, which I could have done without, but
it was fan.
You know what they would do? Every 2 seconds, they're trying to sell me something.
Yeah.
And just leave me alone. I came here to relax. If I relax, I will like it more. I will spend more.
Yeah. Let me just hang out and do my thing.
From now on, if I get a chance to go back to Nassau, honestly, I'll probably just go there, get the rum, and go. I definitely brought home copious amounts of rum, that's for sure. All kinds of flavors. I got raspberry, I got cherry chocolate, I got banana, I got coconut.
Pirate booty.
Actually, one of them was called Pirate Royale, actually. It was a special edition one. Actually, it was very nice. It almost tastes like maple syrup. It was nice and smooth and sweet. All right, enough of the rum here. As Connor says, did you drink the water? Just get drunk as... Yeah, pretty much I just got drunk as ever. Listen, Connor, when you go...
You're not supposed to drink the water over there.
No, you can drink the water in Bahamas, I think. I don't know.
Oh, it's different bacteria, man.
I did. I don't know. But... Yeah, when you get the all-you-can-drink package, you got to make it worthwhile. I wasn't going to get it originally. We ended up getting it while we're on the boat, actually. So yeah, I had to drink between my wife and I 40 alcoholic beverages to make it worthwhile, and she doesn't drink nearly as much as I do. So I made it worthwhile. It's okay. We're good.
That 40 drinks a night, or for the whole thing?
Oh, the whole thing, the whole 3 days. We got Mickey here on as well. Say hi, Rob. Hi, Drew. How are you both?
Hi, Mickey.
Good to see you, man. And we got Deborah. What happened in Manscaped? We had a month contract with them. It's just up. That's all. So you guys can get back to just enjoying us without having to talk about shaving, private parts again.
But you definitely should.
Yeah. But again, we do have, keep in mind, our sponsorship for individuals here. As I point down, we're there to support us at buymeacupofcoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Again, that's buymeacupofcoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. All right. So while I was gone, the rumor mill just went crazy on Saquon Barkley. Like, we had his agent getting involved on Twitter and everything here. It went all kinds of crazy. So the big rumors were, that he had been offered like a $13 million contract, could be up to $14 million with incentives.
That's what I heard.
No one's ever said where that rumor came from. It's just been pronounced, and for some reason, it's been taken as fact, which I don't get why. You have a rumor that's being reported without a source, and we're taking that as fact for some reason. That just seems... in the world of BS and smoke and mirrors of the NFL, seems a little bit weird to me.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's like saying I won the lottery yesterday. Don't question it. Just did it.
Yeah.
Like, just doesn't... There's no proof in the pudding.
Yeah, and it's... Well, listen, I like pudding. I do like pudding.
Who doesn't like some good old pudding? I'm more of a pie guy myself, but... Put in pie.
Ooh, cakes and pies. So, but yeah, I mean, so there's all kinds of crazy rumors here. So the big one, you had Bob Brookover from NJ.com has said the Giants offered a multi-year deal worth $12.5 million during the season, and that was at the bye week of the season there.
Yeah,
They sweetened the deal, but increased it to $13 million a year. And it could reach even $14 million with incentives, and that's as the season ended. And supposedly him and his agent both said basically that's not good enough and they don't want it. And then the Maj, who is one of the well-known Twitter Giants people at that point, not that they have any kind of sources that the rest of us don't have or anything like that, just somebody who typically knows a good amount of the team, kind of like us, just kind of follows it nonstop, says they heard Barkley's camp reportedly remained firm on $16 million ask, which would make him the highest paid running back in the league alongside. Because keep in mind, what he said originally was, I don't want to reset the market. He says, I want to go ahead and just get paid for it. And some people took that as he wants to get paid the same as Christian McCaffrey, which was $16 million. That's the highest paid running back in the league. Well, his agent replied to the Maj when this was put up on the internet and said, this is not true. So
what are you thinking? 14.5, 15?
What part is not true? So that's the curious part. No, it's like, is it the 16 million? Is it the the $14 million? I have no clue whatsoever of which one is supposedly not true. Or is it all not true? Is it all Fugazi? That's the thing. We don't know really. So let's see. We got a couple of comments here already. As Deb says, "Oh no, it's okay." That was we knew that going into it. We just didn't announce it right off the bat. So that was for the draft season. Let's see. Connor says, "You need us again. We're more reliable, so we're gonna get Blue Pills to sponsor. Now that they're shaved, it's time for growing." Oh my.
Roman, right? It's the other one.
Deb says, last I read, the problem is that it's the length of the contract. He wants 4 years, and the Giants will only give him 3. Where do people get this? I think we should start our own rumor. I think
he wants $1 billion for 17 years.
We should start our own rumor. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Connor says, these guys are too greedy. Be glad you get paid multi-million dollars to play football. Fine. Let him sit. We'll keep the $10 million till he has to sign it. Here's the thing with this, Connor. And I do want to kind of touch base on this because I always see this, I feel like, with fans. We get so engrossed with the team because, let's be honest, we put a lot of time and effort into following the team. We do. But we're complaining about the guy who wants to get paid as much as he can, that has a very short career. The person who's paying him, or the people in this case, are multi-billion dollar people. Think about that for a moment. This is the equivalent of if you were working for a company owned by a millionaire and you're a thousandaire, like most of us are. Don't have $1 million in assets, because I don't have $1 million in assets. I'd love to. If anybody would like to help me get there, again, the link is buymeacupofcoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. But that's what we're looking at. That's the same thing. So I don't see why we as fans sit there and say, okay, yeah, he should just take whatever he can get. We don't do that at our jobs. I hope none of you guys do that. Get as much damn money as you can.
Hell yeah. And at the same time, you should always be shopping. So, you can't be mad.
Always be shopping. And these guys can't shop. Especially a guy like this who's tagged. Like, he literally cannot play anywhere else. Where do you want to go? The XFL?
Yeah, which is not going to go and pay that kind of money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing you got to think about, too, is all right, we tag him. Is he going to play as hard as he should? Yeah. Some people are saying, if you keep him tagged, he's going to sit, he's going to do that. How's he going to get a contract? He can't prove he's got the goods.
Exactly. We got Beav on again. Hey, Beav, how's it going? She says, I hate when people say the owners are billionaires. There's a salary cap, and for some reason, fans don't understand how it works. But I don't want to hear about how much the owner is worth. You have to. That's part of the equation, because in the end, he has a very short time frame to get his money. He's got to get the money he can get while he can get it, because you get, for all you know, next year or two, Saquon's out of the league.
Yeah,
that's the way this game is played. You have no clue, especially at the running back position. And yes, there's a salary cap, but keep in mind the salary cap is fugazi.
Yeah, you can turn around and put incentives as part of the pay, which then lowers your salary cap.
Yep.
So
you can do all kinds of stuff.
You can put a signing bonus.
Now, if he was asking for a $20 million, and that's like record-setting, resetting the market kind of thing, I would have this attitude myself, because he's not worth it, because he's had 2 of his 4 years were very I'm sorry, 2 of his 5 years now have been pretty good, you know? It's not like he's been lighting up the league every single year. So I think if he is asking for, around $16 million, that's a sensible place for him to go. I think in the end, to be very frank, someone is releasing these rumors for some kind of motive, whether it's somebody from the Giants camp trying to get the fans on their side and off of Saquon's side. Because let's be honest, Saquon is a very much a fan favorite. He's a guy the fans enjoy, rooting for, because he is a very good guy by all accounts.
Yeah. I mean, the Giants, they're smart. The organization's smart. They don't want to look like the bad guys. No. They've been there, but if he's sitting there and asking, like, if he doesn't want to, like, reset the market, like, it could mean he'll sell it for 15.
Yeah.
Which, if that's the case, just do it, but make sure it's a lot of incentives in there.
Well, here's my whole thing: is I'm not even saying doing it. So for those who watch us on a regular basis, know I've said point blank, keep him on the tag. I wouldn't even enter negotiations. I'm like, you had your chance. That offer's gone. We're going to tag you. You're going to play in the tag, or you're not going to play, and we're going to move on. Unless you want to sign a 2-year, $20 million deal or a $23 million deal or something like that. I'm not. The offer's off the table. You had your chance, as far as I'm concerned. So,
and remind me, Drew, how many years can you tag a player?
2 times.
So, for fans out there, this year he'll get what? 10.1 million, just shy.
I think next year.
And then next year will be 12.1.
Yeah.
It's like 12.1. It's not even that 13.
It's
so you got to remember, he's got, what's that? 22.2 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
So if he could turn around and get 36 guaranteed, 38 guaranteed, but 36 guaranteed with incentives, like, he's sitting in a lot better spot.
But here's my thing in the end. This is a rich person fighting with uber rich people. Let them figure it out, guys.
Us poor people to their standards. Don't get that game. That's like me asking for a $5,000 a year raise.
But to me, it's like a couple $1 million is probably not going to make or break us in a salary cap. It's not. Let's be very frank with it. You can move money around. You see the Eagles doing it like crazy this offseason. You saw the Saints doing it for how many years in a row. If you want to keep a player, you will move money around. You'll figure it away.
We talked about Darnay Holmes, and I said maybe we should keep him. Drew was like, he should go. Guess what? That's $2.7 million.
Gone
off the table. So you get rid of a guy like that to keep Barkley. Is it worth it?
And it's also a matter of what's the message you're sending to your team when the guy who is like the face of your franchise that the for multiple years now, the guy who has been, basically MVP of at least the first half of the season, this past season, and you don't want to pay him what players will think is fair market value. I'm telling you right now, players will take his side. They're not going to take ownership side. That's not how this is going to work. So, again, I'm not even saying pay him. I'm not saying don't pay him. I'm saying
let's look at this in a realistic way.
This is rumor mill season. This is what's going on. And you have people, be very frank, that are in the media that are bored because it's the off season. We're in between a lot of stuff that goes on in the off season, and they're looking for any way to seem relevant in the news and in the media.
I was going to say they're looking for clicks, they're looking for likes, they're looking for people to come out and make sure they know their name. So make sure they're not forgotten.
Speaking of which, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe.
We won't feature the BS out there.
But like I said, I think in the end, people need to understand that this is something that's going to happen behind closed doors. We're never going to know the full story of what happened until potentially years later, because players don't tend to tell you what's going on behind the scenes till after they retire.
I was about to say, until
or they leave.
Mark writes his autobiography. Wow, can I get that?
Yeah.
I don't.
Give him like 3 or 4 years, and maybe we'll know what happened then. But as of right now, we're not going to learn anything until much later on. So I think the caution we just have overall is let it play behind closed doors, because it's going to. And whatever the end result is, we have to just trust that Joe Shane and the Giants organization is going to do what is in the end best for the Giants organization, which in the end is going to be best for us as fans.
Correct. And this is what we want them to do. Like, as much as it hurts, like what happens with Barkley or not, like this is, and Shane we trust. Let's not forget about that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's 100% here. So let's get back to the comments here, because we have we got some more comments here. Let's see here. We got a lot going on here. Oh, we talked to that one. Here we go. Deb says, "You are right, Drew. Now one of the wild cards is going to be on Peacock, so fans have to pay for it. The billionaires getting ridiculous," and that's 100%.
Yeah,
100%. And like I said, I think it's a little crazy that we're talking about, players over a couple $1 million when you have guys like this that are, look at how much it costs for the Sunday ticket and that kind of stuff. Look at how much it costs to go to a game. And granted, the players get a cut of all that. That's all, whatever they make goes to the salary cap and increases what they can make. But they're making nothing compared to these owners and what they're, even eventually selling. Look at Dan Snyder did over in DC. Ran a franchise that, listen, we as Giant fans may not want to say it, but it's a franchise that has
it's a long history.
I don't know if I want to say a proud history, considering the recent issues they've had the last, but a
legacy history
with the legacy history. It's been around the league forever. That's won some championships and just fall to utter poop.
Yeah, and he ran it to the ground. And how many billions of dollars did he just make?
Yeah, exactly. So, let's see here. Connor says, "Boo-hoo, he can bank the money and live off it for life if you're smart. I'll never get that kind of money. He's retired. He's gonna get more money, bring on TV, etc." You never know, Connor. You don't.
What if he has an addiction to motorcycles, and he's on a motorcycle and he hits a squirrel, and he only had the head helmet, not the whole face thing, and he busts up his face. Now he can't play in the NFL because his jaw's all jacked. Now he can't be on TV either because he can't talk.
Well, here's my whole thing as well. Is okay. So, like, as a first round pick, he was making. I have to look up the exact number. So let's say hypothetically he made $40 million so far as an NFL player. Keep in mind it's taxed. Keep in mind he gets part to the agent. Keep in mind he gets part to the NFL Players Association. He doesn't see $40 million. So if you think he's set for life, you got to keep in mind he's younger than a lot of us. He's in his 20s. So this man needs to equate for 70 years of inflation. How much different was $1 70 years ago?
He could put $2 million in a Roth program. He'd be all right.
I'm just saying, I can't blame a guy for trying to make as much money as he wants here. As my dad chimes in and says, these franchises are only worth billions when they're sold. There's not $5 billion laying around the team's bank account. That's 100% true. But at the same point, they still have a whole lot more money than the players do. They still have a whole lot more money than we do. Steve Tisch has a net worth of $1.6 billion.
Billion with a B. $1.6
billion. That's a lot of money. John Mara.
I was about to look him up.
He's half $1 billion. Not nearly worth the Steve Tisch. Steve Tisch's got the holiday money, Hollywood money. He's got the Hollywood money there.
It's true.
So Connor says, if they make football pay-per-view or stream only, it will ruin football like other sports. Bad enough games in Europe. Listen, I'll tell you this, as a fan who's watched free stuff, trust me, there's ways to watch free games if you want to watch free games.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
I'm not going to go into details.
Yeah, Beef says, I was a Penn State fan as long as I'm a Giant fan. I like Barkley, but if these statements are true, I would just let the tag there and re-tag them next year. Listen, again, I would be hesitant to pay a running back with his injury history in general. I think the tag is the way to go. And if he's healthy and he does good, you can revisit the talks again mid-season at that point. But for a guy who was not quite the same in the second half of the season, that has an injury history, that plays a position with a very short shelf life, I'm kind of glad the way things are worked out, to be very frank, as a Giant fan. Not the best scenario for Barkley, but
I mean, when's the cap for this? What, mid-July, right? So we're going to hear rumors about what's going on until probably July. So let's be another 2 months. We'll say we're going to hear about different rumors unless they turn around and sign him for 14.5 or something, and they meet in the middle. But like you said, Drew, we can't complain, we can't moan that he's trying to get as much money as he can. Like every time I get a promotion in my job, what did I do? I tried to get more money. That's what you do.
I don't wait for the promotion. If my boss is listening right now, I want more money, damn it.
Me too, guys.
I want more money. Show me the money.
Yeah. Show me the money.
Yeah. So like I said, again, can't blame the guy on that. My dad says making someone on your team play on the franchise tag is not the way to influence future free agents. Make a reasonable offer for 3 years, and if he turns it down again, it's on him. And I think that's what they've done, to be honest. But part of the problem we run into with this, and this is part of what's got where we wanted to talk about this here in this scenario, because we're talking $13-14 million. Okay, how many years was the contract? How much money was guaranteed in that contract?
I mean,
was it just $1 million in incentives? We don't know. There's so many things that change how good or bad an offer is.
Listen, if he's looking for 5 years, like that's aggressive.
No, but what I'm saying is, do we know it was 3 years or 4 years? Do we know if it was 2 years? Do we know how much money of that was guaranteed? Was there anything guaranteed beyond this year? We know nothing. Absolutely nothing. And again, that's not me trying to take sides of Saquon or the Giants. This is where I'm trying to get to this point over and over again, that we need to let this play out behind closed doors as it's going to, and just trust that the best possible outcome that the Giants can do for themselves and for us as Giant fans is what they're going to do. Connor says, keep tag. You had your chance. You so greedy. LOL. If he wasn't hurt most career, I would have paid him, but he needs to get a grip and realize others failed after 5 years. Reggie Bush, Ricky Pothead Williams. Actually, if you want to go,
Bush had a long career.
Reggie Bush had a good long career. He was never actually nearly the player that Saquon Barkley is. I'll say that as well. And if you want to go Ricky Williams style, listen, Ricky Williams was an absolute beast. And that man eclipsed 10,000 yards in his career. Keep in mind, it's 2 seasons he took off because he couldn't get off the ganja.
That's true.
And he still played until he's 34 years old in this league. He still had 2 years he skipped entirely. He was still an all-pro, had 1,800-yard season, had, 5,000-yard seasons overall. If you want to compare right now Ricky Williams and him, listen, Ricky Williams has a much better career than Saquon had. So far. Granted, his career went up in smoke, but
oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, yes.
I see what you did there.
Mark Montavo. Mark, what's up, man? He did
Mark,
make
long
it.
time.
He said, what's up, highs? I think he means guys. We're not high. We're not high.
No, Ricky was.
Anthony Blue Seals, let's just let the organization and Saquon get it done. The media is going to spin this situation every other day.
100%.
You are correct, sir. And this is what we're saying, exactly that. So, like I said, guys, I think the main reason we wanted to have an episode on all the Saquon rumors here overall is to remind everybody, again, what time of year this is. This is off season. This is board time for writers. They have nothing to talk about. They could have somebody that they wouldn't even trust during the regular season tell them something, and they're going to run with it. Not all of them. I don't want to disparage the entire group. But there are some that want to make a name for themselves right now. And they will go ahead and spin anything they hear from any single source and throw it out there as if it's gold.
Because it turns out, because a lot of people are saying that he turned down, 13.5 for 3 years. If he turns out and like that was true, now you could be like, I was the first one to report that, even though I had no knowledge of anything was authentic.
Yeah, exactly. As Mark corrected himself says, guys. He says, remember my comment about what I would like to do if Barkley doesn't sign? Now, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have your comment in front of me, but if I remember correctly, he said basically if he doesn't want to sign long term, cut him, take the $10 million, get a couple of good free agents, and call it a day and just move on. I wouldn't go that extreme personally, but if I thought that Saquon was going to be disgruntled, then it'd be an option to look at.
Yes. I don't think he's going to be disgruntled.
Just because there he goes. There he goes. If Barkley doesn't sign, get Kareem Hunt and or Leonard Fournette, possibly both for $10 million total. I'll say this. I like Kareem Hunt, the player. I highly dislike Kareem Hunt, the person.
And just the way the Giants organization works, they don't really like taking on too many bad history players.
Yeah. The other thing is Leonard Fournette. You want to put this man in the middle of New Jersey, New York area with all the bountiful feasts that we have, the amazing foods we have, and you want to put that man who plays like a defensive tackle because he's got the size of one at this point. Like he's going to be a nose tackle another season or two. That trust me, we're living down here in the Tampa Bay area. This man is too fat to play running back at this point. He is quickly becoming the next Eddie Lacy.
I was going to say
he is there. Like, yeah, don't stick that man. Like he'll be having pork roll, egg, and cheeses like you wouldn't believe every single day.
I had 4 last week. It was great.
It just would not be. Oh, those are so good. He says, hey, the new Thunder and Lightning. Listen, that's not Thunder and Lightning. That's Locked Up and Buffeting. Okay, like that's just. It's just not the best. He says, or earthquake and lightning. As my dad says, and this is talking about Barkley, he says his Carfax report would read low mileage and 3 reported accidents. That's
pretty accurate. I mean, let's talk about his injury history. So torn ACL.
Yeah.
Comes back a year later, plays like a player who tore their ACL the year prior. He was very cautious knee. And listen. If any of you out there had a major surgery, you know what I'm talking about. You're going to be a little cautious when you first come back. And it's going to take some time to get your psyche right, nonetheless, regardless of the injury.
Yep.
Because you don't want to redo it. He comes back. He starts playing better. And then he has another freak injury.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he came back. Really, really worked on himself in the offseason and had a stellar year. And then we ran him like a Mack truck on no breaks and no sleep going cross country. And it took some tear on him.
Yeah. And I think some people forget too how good he was at rookie year. He still wasn't that rookie year quality last year.
I mean, he started the first half better. I feel
I'll disagree because he was never a part of the passing game like he was his rookie year.
I think that started coming towards the end, but that was after finding a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
So
you're talking his rookie year, he had 5 yards a carry. Last year, 4.4. That's a pretty decent difference. 721 yards receiving his rookie year, 338 this past year. And keep in mind, he didn't play the last game at all, so there's the same amount of games. So it's not even like that hurts him further. Just to make sure people are aware on that part of it there. But had 30 extra carries and 5 extra yards from his rookie year. I guess the concern I have is I see both sides of this argument because he played so well last year, but
I mean, now we're talking about that as well. Who did he have around him his rookie year compared to last year?
His rookie year, OBJ, Eli.
So he had a lot more talent around him as well. So he wasn't the number one star.
Honestly,
he had to be.
I'm going to disagree with that. I'm going to disagree with that because
he didn't have the necessity to be.
We did not have a good Giants offense with in 2018. We didn't.
We also our offense last year wasn't stellar either.
Oh no, I'm not saying that.
And the talent. That's what I'm trying to point out. So
what I'm saying is they're crap both years.
All I'm saying is you had Eli, right? Who was already 2-time Super Bowl champ. So he already outshines Barkley. You have OBJ. Granted, that was like the year he fell apart, but you had OBJ out there.
Which year he fell apart? Fallen apart many years.
It's one of his first ones. But so like right there, he didn't have to be that number one guy in the backfield. Yes, he did shine and he did prove himself, but coming into this year, everyone had their doubts about DJ. We had no receiving core. Like we had to put it together with glue and tape and sticks.
I think that actually was our flank wide receiver for part of the season.
Yeah,
we just glued some sticks together and put him out there. Who's that? That's Sticks McGee.
Yeah,
Sticks McGee.
Who's that guy? Sticks. That's a stunt double that played Hellraiser. The remake? No, the one that was in 1980.
Yeah, Pinhead.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think your opinion on Barkley and this whole contract thing, and I don't mean you, Rob, or anybody else at it. I think I mean us as a whole, but on the individual level at the same point, it's like it's based on what you think of the running back position, what you think of Barkley specifically, and that's what it boils down to. And let's be honest, the running back position is not nearly as important as it used to be. If anybody thinks that paying a top flight running back a ton of money is the key to success, I just would ask them to go ahead and look at the people who have won the championships and tell me who their top flight running back was in the last 10 years.
And just to piggyback off that as well, who's our head
going on here? I have a bad bag. Okay, you got to be careful.
Who's our head coach, Drew?
What, for the Giants?
Yeah, who's our head coach?
Brian Dable, of course.
Oh, of course. So, where was he prior to here?
A lot of places.
Well, just before here. Where was he prior to here? Not all his places prior to here.
Buffalo.
Who's your run back?
They don't really have one. Singletary.
Okay.
Consider the top running back.
That's what I'm trying to get at. And
I'm with you on that. And
then we got Kafka from Kansas City, and yeah, they got some good running backs, but it wasn't like that's their thing.
No, that's definitely the tight end to the thing, which we have one now.
And that's what complemented their offense.
I think, to be very frank, and I have no proof of this whatsoever, so I'm not trying to be that guy that's saying things for clicks and for exposure. I personally think the Giants are the ones releasing these rumors. And I don't know, I'm not saying it's Shane, I'm not saying it's Mara, I'm not saying it's Tish. I don't know who the hell is doing it. I think somebody within the organization is doing this to try to make and paint Saquon as the greedy guy. Because I think this is going to end eventually with Saquon going somewhere else long term. I'm not saying this year or next year, but I don't think we're ever going to pay him the money that he wants. And I think eventually he'll go somewhere else and get it. And like most running back deals, it probably work out well for whoever did it. But the Giants can save some face and longer term, like, oh, thank God we didn't make that move. And they can do it in a year or two from now when Saquon is even older. Because keep in mind, a running back ages like a dog. It's every 1 year is 7 years, basically. That's just the life, man. That's just the life.
So 7 years in the NFL atop of their actual age.
Well,
so if he's 26 and he's played 5 years, so is he really 51 right now?
So he's 26 years old. You get him 1 year on the franchise here. He's 27 next year, okay? Let's say you tag him again. He's now 28. He goes somewhere else. He's got 7 years of mileage on him. He's got multiple injuries and probably gets in a couple more in the next year or two. That's just, again, that's the running back.
Probably closer to 2.5 years of mileage on that then.
So
it's 7.5, yeah.
He goes somewhere else. He flops. They go, oh, well, we tried. That's what I think. I think that someone within the franchise is trying to save face right now with what's going on. And again, I have no proof of that. I'm not trying to say that I have any inside knowledge of it whatsoever. It's just, this is what the rumors are. And every time you hear a rumor, you have to sit there and say, who does this rumor benefit? Who benefits?
And think about Odell.
From this. Think about Odell. What about Odell?
I mean, like we said before, you can think it's the Giants organization because it does make sense. I mean, at the same time, I have to turn around and, depending on who's writing the article, possibly the reporters, or could it be someone from Barkley's his side of the story, trying to make the Giants look greedy and not pay him what he's due?
I think if it was
because look at the way everyone's talking about this.
If I think it was if Barkley's camp was the one releasing these things, they would release whatever it is that he doesn't like, whether it be the years, the guaranteed money, what the incentives are. That would be released because that would make Barkley look better, perhaps. So the fact that it's not, and they're just saying, hey, we offered him $14 million a year, and he said no. Who does that benefit? Just the Giants. It's got to be somebody within the Giants releasing this stuff. And we don't know what's not true or what is true. We have no way of knowing this. But like I said, that's my personal opinion. I think what you'll see is you'll probably see him play this year on the tag. I think you'll see him next year either on the tag or at a lower number than what he was being offered or the rumors were this year. And either we get something done at a very reasonable or it's done. He's just not going to end his career with the Giants. That's life. And if that's the case, I'm fine with it because that means that Joe Schoen and his people have decided that that's not the right move for the Giants in the long term. And I'm going to trust in Schoen.
I mean, he plays on the tag this year.
Yeah.
And he has a stellar year. Or even just as good as he did this year. The Giants will reconsider what to pay him. The cap will be different. But you only get like a 2-year deal.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think anything more than like 3 years, like $38 million, I think anything more than that is way too excessive here. So we got a couple of people throwing some numbers out there now. We're look at that. We are throwing the rumors out there all. Lamar, what's up, Lamar? He says, here's what a 4-year, $52 million contract, $14.5 per year, 24 fully guaranteed signing might look like Saquon Barkley. So if you do the math on that, that's 4 years at $13 million. I think by the numbers there were. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that'd be $13 million. So, here we go. He got another one here. 4 years, $55 million contract, 15 per year.
That'd be $60 million.
That'd be $60 million. Lamar, we got to get you a new calculator, man. He's probably watching on his phone trying to do math as well. Because you're like me, I have no ability to do math whatsoever anymore. Calculators have ruined it now. I'm like 2 + 2.
Jello.
Mark says drafting Gray was an insurance policy.
That's like liability Geico insurance policy.
Yeah, that's to me like more like buying the wheel and tire package at your dealership.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of Gray overall, so I don't think he has nearly the upside that a guy like Barkley has. I just don't.
I had to Google him after he drafted him.
Beef says, I think his agent is releasing this and she is tampering with the Jets. Remember, Barkley was always a Jets fan, so that's where he wants to go. I don't think that. I really don't. I mean, again, I have no proof of anything in this whole scenario, which is gut instinct. My gut instinct tells me that the last thing Barkley wants is that getting out. And the Jets already have a running back who's younger than him. They have, just signed a $55 million QB at that point. Just traded for one.
I was going to say
they don't have the money for that. So
they're sitting at $2.8 million negative.
Yeah, they don't have it now. They don't have it. My dad says $12 million signing bonus, salaries of 6, 8, 10. That's $26 million guaranteed. So let's see here. That's what now? We got 16, 24. So is that $36 million contract for 3 years? Yeah, I'm down with that. I said that's the most I would really want to go at that point if we got anything more. And I'm worried what's going to happen long term. Running back contracts don't tend to work long term, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Lamar says, I work at a federal prison. Well, that explains it. See, the man's got to keep an eye on everybody around him. He can't have the little time to break out the calculator.
We won't tell the feds who are watching us while you're working.
Thanks for helping keep us safe, Lamar.
Yeah.
And your dad, Rob. We got both dads on today. He says, hi, guys. Hi. We got all the dads here. So, yeah, I mean, I think, again, the main goal tonight, folks, is remember what season it is. It's rumor brewing season. We don't know Jack. Whoever is reporting this stuff, they don't know Jack.
We have to wait until people start reporting the camp where we won't hear as much nonsense about contracts.
Exactly. You know who does know, though? Bo knows.
Bo always knows.
Did you hear about that man? What's going on lately with him?
No.
He apparently is getting some kind of surgery because he's had hiccups for a year.
I guess Bo doesn't know how to get rid of hiccups.
He said it's actually worse than his hip injury that cost him his NFL career.
Oh.
That's how annoying. I mean, think about it. You're hiccuping for a year. How do you even sleep?
I was going to say, like, what are you going to sleep?
Yeah, like you're waking up every 2 seconds. Like, that's rough, man. That is rough.
Like sometimes you get those low hiccups. It's not as bad. I can see dozing off really tired. Like, but sometimes you get those deep ones where it's like it feels like everything's about to come up and it just goes bloop, bloop.
So deep, everything comes up.
It's like it's going to push from below all the way up.
Hello.
And back down.
And all around.
Back up. And down.
Up and down. And up and down. And up and down. Lamar says McCaffrey's getting paid $16 million a year. Pay Barkley $16 million a year. I'll disagree with that one respectfully, Lamar. I think that's too much money. McCaffrey, keep in mind, is getting paid $16 million, and he got traded because he wasn't good enough in the Panthers' eyes. He's not getting paid $16 million now by the Niners, I'm sure, because the signing bonus still was paid by the Panthers. So I can take a look at the over the cap real quick on that to see real quick where he's at. Let's see here. So, yeah, he's getting paid 2023. He's getting paid $10 million. That's it. And
we know another running back that's getting paid that right now.
Oh, hold on. I take it back. His cap number this year is $3 million.
Woof.
His cap number is $3 million.
How does that work?
Next year, his cap number is 14. The year after that is also 14. Then it goes down to 4.
How do you structure that deal out?
I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, people want to compare McCaffrey, guys. McCaffrey got traded because he didn't live up to the numbers.
And the Niners thought they had a chance to win it all.
That's what they were going for. How
So
did
they
know
went,
lose 7 quarterbacks in one game?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know what the most dangerous occupation ever is? Quarterback for the 49ers, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my god, everybody's getting hurt there. Let's see. You got Deb says, I trust Shane and Barkley has always conducted himself very professionally and with class. Disregard these rumors. It's all BS. Like I said,
Thank you.
The rumors come from somewhere, though. And like I said, I'm not saying it's Barkley and I'm not saying it's Shane, but somebody is starting it for it, and it's clearly meant to benefit the Giants, in my opinion.
See, I also think it's the way media works.
Listen, 100%. And they're rolling with it, but I'm telling you, somebody's leaking it to them on purpose.
Listen, it worked. It worked well enough that we have to talk about it.
Exactly. Mark says, franchise him, make him prove another injury-free year at the trade deadline, and we're not in the playoffs, get a couple of picks for him. Okay, so, yeah, I see what you're saying. So, pay him.
Guarantee his money,
pay
and
the
then put him on the trading block.
Yeah, and if we don't do well, trade him. Yeah. I mean, I can see that being the scenario if the Giants don't do well. So if you see us crying on an episode discussing trading Barkley, that means the season's not going well.
Yeah.
He says, no running back is worth $16 million. 49ers are closer to a complete team than we are. They can afford to overpay that last piece for a title. But again, they're not overpaying him, folks. People got to remember that. Just because he's got a $16 million deal average doesn't mean anybody's paying him $16 million. He's not getting paid that. Half that is getting paid for by the signing bonus, which came from the Panthers. Again, $3 million this year, $14 million, and $4 million. Listen, if the Giants want to pay him $14 million, it's a little more than I want. But if it takes 3 years, $52 million to get this deal done,
which
I'm not going to cry over $1 million.
Yeah, I'm not against that either.
I'm not going to cry over. I'm not going to like it. I would prefer it be lower, but it's not.
We're kind of oranges there. Like I was saying earlier, like listen, he wants a good, nice number. He wants this and that. Give him 14.5, but then you also have to take off some of that signing bonus.
Yeah, like I said, it's always tricky
or increase it
because of that. Whatever. It really is.
Show him the money.
Lamar says, pay Saquon Barkley his money. He knows his worth. And I'm not
2.5 years of
caps lock on, or if he's mean to yell that out loud here. We got some yelling here. Listen, again.
Show me the money.
He ain't worth it. Not for them $16 million. He says King Henry's a free agent, 2024 running back. King Henry's also 29 years old this year.
And it's been a workhorse / mule / Mack truck that has some low tread in the tires.
Yeah, and on top of that,
I mean, he looked good last year.
I still think the Titans will trade him because I think the Titans going to be a train wreck this year. Okay, yeah, they're going to be more of a train wreck than an Amy Schumer movie. Oh yeah, I went there. It's actually a good movie. My dad says you can't guarantee his third year. Yeah, I agree on that.
Yes,
I would do a 2-year guarantee on it.
So, like, would you turn around and say 15, 15, 11?
No. Why would I pay him 15 when I got him for 10 right now?
I'm just saying, if you want to keep it at 36, or that'd be 41.
I'm not paying him 15 million right now. If you want me to say, I'll pay him 12 million this year, 14 million next year, and 16 million the third year, and have it be the third year not guaranteed. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to pay a man $15 million that I have under contract for 10 right now. That's just not sound math. You're bidding against yourself now. So if you want to go up a little bit, yeah. Lamar says King Henry is worth the money. Mark says Henry just hit 100,000 miles. We got car. We got car. I love it too. Being that I finish a 12.5-hour shift at my business that I work on with fixing vehicles for a living here. I just love that we're doing car talk. Nothing like talking cars outside of work.
I mean, that's a trend on tires too. So I'm right there with Mark.
Yeah, he says Henry just hit 100,000 miles. His warranty is void. He's due to fall off a cliff now or soon. 100%. And the Titans know this. I'm telling you right now, the Titans are.
That's why he's like the rumors say he's on a training block.
Rumor has it. Yeah, I think he's going to be gone. And Lamar says, sit out the season just like Bell. That didn't work out very well for Bell. I was going to say that did not work out very well for him. No. He was never the same afterwards. So, guys, like I said, we just wanted to kind of give you that kind of perspective here, because I know a lot of people were freaking out this weekend here about these rumors. I don't know why. The rumors, to be honest, aren't even any different than what you were hearing throughout the regular season. But all of a sudden, I saw Twitter, Facebook, everything go ballistic on these rumors here. So, again, guys, you need to look at where things are coming from, who benefits from the rumors, because that'll tell you who's releasing them. And you got to just let the thing go. It's going to go how it's going to go. We have no control over it. None of us have Joe Shane's cell phone. None of us has Barkley's cell phone. So we're not going to know the truth. So let it play out how it's going to play out. Trust in the process. It's not Gettleman. We don't got to freak out. Gettleman was involved. We had to freak out. And just know that whatever is best for the Giants organization, in Joe Shane's eyes, is what he's going to do. Whether it's sign him long term, whether it's play him out, whether it's cut him loose or trade his rights or whatever the case may be, which I don't see those happening. But he's going to do what's best. So, again, guys, we're going to be back to doing a regular live thing here. So we'll be back on tomorrow night for you guys again, the Thursday night edition.
Back to back.
Oh, yes. Back to back. So remember, guys, we talked again about, the last couple of episodes here about some of the positions that how we've improved. So we're going to break down the safety position for you guys next episode and go over some of the new coming players here that we have for this season. As Lamar said, Dave would have paid him. Dave would have probably paid him, and that just tells you we shouldn't pay him. Okay,
he would have paid him $16 million.
Just tells you we shouldn't do it. We just need some more hog mollies in front of him.
Yeah, $60 million guarantee.
Hog mollies. We got some hog mollies here. Park the car at the harbor. I still never understand how a guy with an obvious Boston accent was the guy that we hired to be the GM. It seems wrong. But again, guys, we'll be back again tomorrow with that for you guys. And then we'll be back again with our normal schedules again next week. So Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Keep in mind, again, guys, who were used to the old schedule, we moved Friday to Thursday so that Rob and I and you guys that listen in on a regular basis can have more of a weekend social life here. It
is summertime.
It's the summertime, guys. It's the summertime. It's not just about grooming like we've been talking about for the last month. It's all about going out and having fun on the weekend. Okay,
and showing them
hit
off.
It up. Go down to Bar A. Go over to I don't know what's still in the Seaside. Is it Bamboo still around the Seaside? I've been up here in Clearwater forever. I don't know.
I think they are just shutting down for the season. I think I heard that.
What? They're shutting down for the season? Bamboo?
Yeah, I think I think last year was the last season.
I used to love Bamboo back in the day.
I think I heard that. You got the sawmill.
Yeah, so like I said, there's plenty of spots there. Hit them up, have some fun, enjoy the weather. Like I said, we'll be doing things more during the week now, so that way you guys can go ahead and live your lives too. So again, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, we are live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those who are on Central or Western Time or Mountains Time or Hawaii time. I don't know. We do get occasionally people from London and all too. So
I was about to say Germany.
Yeah, we did get Germany. We've gotten. I think we've hit just about every continent that I've seen somebody actually watch or listen to the podcast version, except for Antarctica. Nobody yet. So if anybody knows any scientists or doctors down there,
I was about to say I don't know how there's reception is up there for
maybe
podcasts.
Somebody who's studying, the cold,
the penguins,
weather of penguins and how it helps their coat or something. I don't know.
The narwhals.
Narwhals swimming in the ocean causing a commotion. And just let them know. Listen to the show. We can get one more content going. But again, guys, we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Twitch. We're live on my LinkedIn account for some reason because it's just there as an option, we're going for it. And remember, if you want to comment and play along here like everybody else has been, we got to, first off, thank you guys. We had a lot of comments that I definitely appreciated. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch are the 3 spots you can go ahead and give a comment, and it'll post live for us to see and have it be part of the show here. If you aren't able to watch it live, it's available always for replay. It's also available on all the audio podcast platforms. Usually within that evening, I try to get it up. Every so often, it gets a little delayed. Like the one for Monday didn't pop up till Tuesday because, quite frankly, I came home from my trip and just passed out. So you don't sleep on a cruise. You get drunk more and more drunk.
You didn't drink enough. Otherwise, you would have passed out.
I always drink enough. Don't you worry. But again, guys, every audio platform pretty much we're on. Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio. You name it, we're pretty much on it there. So again, we want to thank you guys for listening in and giving us the chance to go over all these thoughts here with you guys, and everybody again for chiming in as well. We appreciate the chance you chose us to be the goofballs to give you guys all the Giants information here and all the latest Saquon Barkley news and rumors and innuendos and someone else's endos. I don't know. So again, Giant fans, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Tune in tomorrow so we can talk some safeties. It'll be a safe place.
Everyone will be safe.
So safe. And as always, Giant fans, go G-Man!
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support. If you made it this long, you must have enjoyed it. So I am sure you have followed us on all the social media platforms. Of course, you have subscribed to the show on your favorite app as well and given us a top rating. Right? Right? Right?